We all know Attack on Titan's world is brutal, but watching it really drills in one truth: death is never predictable here. Anyone can die anytime, for any reason. A Titan grabs you, bites once, and that's it. Humanity is fragile, and this show never lets you forget it. So my name is The Scott, and today we're breaking down the most disturbing deaths in Attack on Titan. The ones that don't just shock you, they sit in your head. Let's begin, brother. Petra Ral. Petra was a fan favorite, the sweetest soul in Levi's squad. A little spark of warmth in a pitch-black story. But the female Titan didn't care. When she kicks Petra into a tree and snaps her body like a twig, it's brutal. And when Levi finds her shattered corpse, he doesn't scream, he doesn't cry. His face just says, "Here we go, again." Like someone who's already buried too many people. Bertholdt Hoover. I'm gonna be honest, even saying his name is a challenge, but his death, man, that hits hard. When Armin gets chosen to inherit the colossal Titan, Bertholdt is dragged out of his Titan unconscious, confused, helpless. For a split second he smiles, because he thinks his friends will save him. Then reality hits. His scream while Armin devours him isn't just fear. It's betrayal, regret, heartbreak. He didn't even get a warrior's death. He died begging. Marco died the same way, clueless, terrified, abandoned. When Reiner and Bertholdt watched the Titan eat him alive, Marco was still asking, why? What did I do wrong? He never even understood why he had to die. Furlan, Isabel, Levi's first real trauma. Petra's death didn't break Levi, because Levi had already seen worse. Back in his underground days, Furlan and Isabel were the only real family he ever had. When the abnormal Titan kills Furlan, tears him apart, and throws Isabel's severed head in front of Levi, that's the moment Levi was forged into who he became. Cold, precise, ruthless. He didn't choose to be heartless. He was shaped that way. Ilse Langnar, the horror nobody talks about. Most anime-only fans have no idea who Ilse is. She only appears in the OVAs. Ilse encounters a Titan that can speak, and the Titan actually respects her, bows to her, calls her Lady Ymir, keeps fighting its instincts to eat her. But eventually, the Titan's primal hunger wins, and it bites off her head and stores her body in a tree. That entire scene is pure psychological horror. Screams, desperation, instinct versus identity. Attack on Titan at its darkest. Ramzi Halil. True innocence meets the rumbling. These kids weren't warriors. They weren't soldiers. They weren't even part of the war. Just two poor boys crushed by the rumbling. Eren saved Ramzi once in Marley, and then cried because he knew he'd still kill him later. And when the colossal Titan steps on Ramzi's skull during the flood of destruction, you realize the rumbling wasn't just mass murder. It was tragedy on a personal level. Ymir Fritz, the most tragic death of all, the first Titan, the king's slave, a girl who built an empire and still died alone. When she jumps in front of the spear to protect King Fritz, she could have healed instantly. She just didn't want to. 13 years of slavery had drained every last drop of will from her. And when she finally dies, the king doesn't cry. He doesn't mourn. He chops her body apart and feeds her to his daughters. This isn't just disturbing. It's the birth of 1,000 years of suffering. Jaeger, the death that created the story Grisha's younger sister, a child. When the Marleyan officers feed her to the guard dogs, that's the first time Attack on Titan shows you the cruelty of the real world. No Titans needed. Humans can be far worse. Faye's death is the reason Grisha becomes who he is. It's the reason Eren is born the way he is. It's the reason everything happens. And finally, Misha Zacharias, one of humanity's strongest soldiers, a monster slayer, a veteran, until he meets the Beast Titan. First, the Beast Titan talks. Then it throws a horse at him. Then a normal Titan eats Misha's legs while he screams. And when Misha gathers the last bit of courage to fight, the Beast Titan releases every Titan around him, and they tear him apart. They don't show his death fully. They just show the blood on the grass and Misha's fading scream. Sometimes not showing something makes it 10 times worse. Attack on Titan has too many brutal deaths to cover in one video. So I want to know your pick. Which death disturbed you the most? Tell me in the comments, I'll be reading all of them.